Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Adventures of D-Webb Enterprises, LLC. Today is Saturday, April 24th, 2021, and today I basically just want to explain the best way to obtain season passes for tickets and the best way to sell them in my own opinion. So basically, I want to be honest, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm filming outside, so anytime there's like loud noises, I kind of gotta slow down or be quiet. And I'm not the best editor, so I'm just going all the way through. If I stutter or get off track, I'll try to get right back on track. So, long story short, the best and only way to really honestly get season passes in your name is if you either have a family member, a friend, or a friend's family member that is basically trying to just sell their season passes because they're either just getting older and don't want to go anymore, or have a family now and it's just not in their schedule for whatever reason. Maybe money is tight. That there's so many reasons someone doesn't want to go into their season passes anymore. So they don't want to just give them up for free because they don't want to just lose them for no reason, basically. So you can offer them some amount of money, whatever you feel is worth, and then basically you contact the team. You tell them basically you want the season ticket holder to actually contact the team. So you'll have them contact the team, ask the team when they can transfer their tickets to somebody else, and then once you find out what time of the year for whatever team or sport you're trying to transfer the tickets for, when you can do that, and then you basically, when you can, you and the holder of the tickets will go wherever you have to, or send the paperwork into wherever you have to transfer the tickets. And that's basically the main and only way to do it, because other than that, you're going to have to basically just get on the wait list. Might take a couple years. You might not get the best seats when they're available, but that's going to be your only way. And once you get season passes, though, I want to mention is also that once you have them, over the years when people do lose them or give them up for whatever reason back to the team, you get the option to get the move down. Not just you, but whoever. Everyone gets a chance to move their seats down to a better location. So if you wait for 2-3 years for season passes and it's finally available and it's not ideally the seats you want to be in, don't be afraid to get them, because you can eventually move down closer over the years. Now, one other thing I want to mention, and this only works for about a little over half of the NFL teams, but they have PSLs, and that's basically called personal seat license. A couple teams call it different terms. It's all the same thing. It's just the right to have your name to buy the season tickets. And honestly, just a little shout out to PSLsource.com. They sell those tickets, or they have people who have the rights to the PSLs that want to sell them, and they don't know who to sell them to, so they put them on this website for whatever amount they say they want to sell it for. And you go on, create an account, and then you can go on and see what people are listing them for each team and stadium. Again, it's strictly NFL teams, and not all of them have them, but the ones that do have them, you can bid with people trying to sell them. So that way no one feels fully ripped off. The seller doesn't feel like they're giving them away for too cheap, and the buyer doesn't feel like they're getting ripped off. Sorry, very loud cars going by. But that way no one feels like they're getting ripped off. Because other than that, honestly, that's with the NFL strictly. Any other sport, basketball, hockey, baseball, that only have season passes, you're going to have to know somebody trying to get rid of theirs or get on the wait list. That's basically your only two ways. And if there is another way, and there's some sort of website like PSL Source with season passes, please somebody leave it in the comments. Branch out to me. I have a website, D-Webb Enterprises, LLC.com, and that has a bunch of my information to branch out and actually get a hold of me to let me know, because I am a current ticket scalper that's trying to purchase more passes to the other sporting events other than the ones that I currently own, which are only in the Heinz Field Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium and Allegiant Stadium, the Las Vegas Raiders Nevada Stadium. And so basically I'm trying to expand my portfolio and have multiple other tickets throughout the whole U.S. to sell. Now, I'm getting more into my point of how I believe the best way to sell these tickets are. And the best way, honestly, as a new buyer, if you don't know people, or say the tickets aren't in a city that you live in. So Ticketmaster, StubHub, people can leave it in the comments. Any other websites such as those where somebody who owns tickets can put them on there for whatever price they want. And the best way to competitively list them is honestly, you just see in the same section, and if that section isn't available, the same close to section or about the same area to the field away, and you see what those tickets are selling for, and you either list it at the same price, a little bit above them, and or what I would suggest if you want your tickets to sell quicker is a little bit below theirs, just because you're going to be the cheapest tickets and they're going to sell quick. And to be honest, some people will do their research and have been going to games for years, so they know the different sections that are better, and they will know what parts of the stadium have better viewage. But a lot of people who buy tickets, honestly, are maybe just buying them to go with their dad, or buying them to take their kids, or just going with friends, and they are new to it, so they're just buying whatever's cheapest and quickest to get and most available. So they won't always be nitpicky and be willing to pay an extra $20-$30 for a better section. Now, I'm not telling someone in a better section to sell their tickets for cheaper, because everyone wants to make money, and if you're patient enough, the cheaper tickets will sell and yours will eventually become the cheaper ones in the better section still. But again, I always suggest just being a little bit cheaper than the market, just because that way you will sell first for anybody who's just trying to get rid of their tickets. Now, one other thing I like to mention is I'm assuming that anybody who's watching this video this far and is trying to sell tickets is doing it as an actual business, and they either already have the LLC or they're in the process of getting their LLC. I'm not going to make this video about what it is or how to get one. One simple way is just look up different websites, or go find out your state policies. Every state in America has different policies for getting an LLC. It's just a limited liability company. That's all it stands for. And if you are that, you can get an EIN number, and you can set up a business bank account. And basically, I'm not trying to go in depth. I'm just trying to explain the steps to make sure you are a business. And once you have all those things, I'm assuming at this point you are a business, and you're trying to buy these tickets to make a profit, to pay taxes, and actually have an income off of this. So at this point in time, basically also, once you are an official business, you are basically considered a ticket scalper. You don't have to give it that term, but that's what you are. So the best way to sell them, again, be a little cheaper than the market, but honestly and truthfully, it's a lose-lose to sell on Ticketmaster as a buyer or a seller, because as a buyer, you're paying transfer fees to get the tickets and everything, and as a seller, you're giving Ticketmaster service fees. So either way you look at it, Ticketmaster is making some money off the exchange, so the buyer's going to be paying more, and you're going to be losing profits just strictly because you use their website. And that's going to be the same for StubHub and any other website you know of, pretty much. I don't know of any that are free transfers, but as far as I know, anyone's going to basically lose money using any of those sites. But as a beginner who doesn't know the market, and or they don't have say they have tickets to a city they're not in, so they don't have friends or people that will buy them, just use Ticketmaster or StubHub as an easy outlet. Now again, that's why I'm saying you need to have an LLC and be an actual business. With Ticketmaster and StubHub, they just want the bank account that you're sending it to. So you just want to have the EIN number and a business bank account, so you can just have the tickets sent straight to the bank account, and that way come tax time, you can just pay taxes right off of that. It makes it way simpler. You don't have to deal with hiring an accountant and figuring out where your money came from and breaking it down. It's all in one account, and it will make it much easier. So one other thing I want to branch out to with selling tickets, and then you'll make more money if you do this, if you can be a social person and either live in the city you're selling tickets, or at least travel there occasionally, and basically you're already going to have the LLC, so you're going to have a business email most likely, and a business website, and hopefully business cards. So if you have those three things, and basically the most important one to be able to market yourself is going to be a business card. You basically want a card with your name, your phone number, what you're trying to do. You can word it however you want. You can call yourself a ticket scalper. You can just say you sell sporting event. Like I have my own business card, but I do more than just tickets. So I just market that I can have tickets for events and sporting events, ticket sales. So, and then on the other parts of the cards, I list the other things that I do. But long story short, you want to have a business card. It just makes you look official, even if you don't have a business email or you don't have a business website. You just want to have the business card. because when you talk to people and you're explaining what you do and you give them the card, it's just going to make you look way more official as a person and as a company to be doing anything like where someone's going to be sending you money or wiring you money or transferring you money. They just won't feel comfortable doing that to somebody they don't know that's a stranger claiming they have tickets. Now, one best alternative too, I have to say this. Now, of course, this will mean that somebody has to buy tickets off you a couple times, but if you meet somebody in person, explain to them how you already have them on Ticketmaster, because again, even if you do sell them mainly in person, I suggest always putting them on Ticketmaster, StubHub, whatever website at the start of the season, because it's just viewage. You want people to be able to see it. Even if you're listing them higher than the rest of the market, you might as well put them up there so they're there, just because somebody can buy them, even if it's more than what you want, because then if somebody decides to buy them and it's at a higher rate, you just made more money. So you can mark them at a high value if you want to try selling them to your friends and your people. And then once you're doing that, long story short, you can tell people, once you have your cards and you hand them out and you're telling people, like, hey, this is what I do, you want to buy tickets from me. And say you have somebody that's interested, but they're worried about sending you money because they think it's a weird idea of, and I'm young, so that's one issue too. Most people going to sporting events are usually my parents' age or a little bit older than me, so they just they don't understand all this and they don't want to send some young mid-20s kid money. I'm sorry I call myself a kid, but I feel like a kid sometimes, and I feel like people view me as a kid because I look so young. So I feel like it does hurt me as a business owner and as a ticket scalper, because people don't want to just send me money. It does seem weird, and that's where this is bleeding into my next point. So have them on Ticketmaster, even if it's a higher amount. And when you give the card out, you explain what you're doing. You're selling tickets. Say you list them on Ticketmaster so they have an idea of what you're doing. And you can tell them. So the first few times, so you don't have to send me money, you tell them what seats you have. Tell them to look it up on Ticketmaster. And you lower your price on Ticketmaster. Because once you put them on Ticketmaster, you don't have to stay true to those prices. You can change the listing price. You can do whatever you want. So you have them online looking at your seats, and you change the ticket price. And then they will reload the site, and it'll say your new ticket price. Just make sure you're either on the phone with them while they're doing it, or just make sure you can trust that they're actually doing it. So when you lower your ticket price to whatever you guys negotiated on, they are the first ones to buy it. Because if you lower your ticket price expecting them to do it the next morning or that evening, someone else might buy it if you actually go lower than the average market ticket price. Because again, that's the other thing why it's so smart to use Ticketmaster. It'll give you a good idea what those seats are selling for. Because as a season ticket holder, PSL holder, whatever you are to have those season tickets, sorry it's getting a little loud, I'm trying to raise my voice, but as the season ticket holder, you get them at sticker value. Hold on, there's a plane driving by, flying by. But once you get those tickets at sticker value, you always can upcharge at that point. So you don't want to low bid yourself on Ticketmaster and lose money because some random bought it. But basically with that, I just want to say this is my third YouTube video. I'm always doing it on a cell phone, so that's why I have to deal with the background noises, and if I ever stutter or get off track, I have to just bounce back onto it real quick, because again, I'm not a good editor, so I just put my videos on YouTube straight through. If anybody has any advice, any business inquiries, please branch out. You can leave either a comment or look up my website. Again, my company is called D-Webb Enterprises LLC, and I sell tickets. I do multiple other things. Please branch out and contact me. Thank you very much.